Hello my diggers! What is the most popular book now when I record this video? Your guess? Right. That's a book what is crushed all my hopes what it was left before. That's Onyx Storm. And quick review of this book. Do you need to read? Do you don't need to read? Before, when we come to the part where it would be spoilers and it would be like much more deeper discuss and analysis of this book. So if you are tired of these superheroes, if you're tired of the smartest and strongest and kindness and these wisdoms, heroes of the book who is like perfect, can do everything, like even if they like on the second year of the college, but they can do absolutely everything much more than like teachers or like people who has experience, right? So if you're tired of heroes like this book it's not for you. If you doesn't want to read the book with like many sense of jealous, what is not necessary at all there, if you don't want to read the dialogue, what is you can skip there and it's not make so much sense. If you're tired of academic romance and if you want that it would be like a world much more better described, not only focus on the dragons and their riders and academia where they are like, so probably you don't need to waste time and read this kind of book. If you only finish your first book of this series, it's like fourth win, and you're thinking about to continue to read or not, I would stop probably. If you extremely like this fourth win, of course you can buy and continue and to see like your experience, to see like my previous videos about this, because so far for me was the most interesting book. It's Iron Flame, it's second book of this series books. I know that many reviews saying that somebody really hates this book, somebody like really loves this book. Personally, I was disappointed of this book because it's a lot of running around these like main characters, Violet and Xaden, like everybody jealous of them, everybody wanted them, everybody, I don't know, angry with them or love them or wish that they would be like them, like, and they became here, they're like heroes, like most heroes ever. They're like unstoppable, unbreakable, like brutal, everything like this, you know. And I personally was like pretty tired of these superheroes on this book. It's like too much. Please, next time, if it would be like next book, and for sure it probably would be next book, like, because it's like open finish so far now, they're like, please give them some flows because for me it was pretty boring read this book because it's like perfect characters, but what I appreciate in the characters when it's like some flows, what it's like make them more humans. Here it's like more trivial characters, trivial story. It's like nothing new at all. It's like one of the story what is like just like maybe with the dragons, you know, but we kind of the story we're reading like every time. It's like plenty books with the same pattern, and it's like sometimes you want like read something really new and with fresh air a little bit, right? Like to the stuffy room, like
I said, breathe in, breathe out. I'm not gonna scream and shout. I said, breathe in, breathe out. Don't knock their ass out.
Because it's like plenty books and plenty stories and plenty characters the same. Like I don't think like if you like fantasy, if you like romance fantasy, I don't think that you will find here like something like really wow. Second book it was like some has interesting moments, but like this third what I have a lot of hopes. Well, I don't have any more of them, and honestly, I'm regret that I spent time and read this book, but we have what we have, right? So if you feel so about force win, I would tell you that like it's not going better. So probably it's not worth to spend your time for these books, and better like to find another much more interesting book what you can find something maybe in my channel. And now critic, right? I even don't say like discuss and analyze. It's probably would be like next whole video about critic this book, because like pluses and what I like in this book, it's like really a little amount of this, like, and it's like little treasure what I have. And if you find, so don't hesitate, just like left comment, and for me it would be pretty interesting to see what you like about this book. Because I was read maybe, I don't know, 40% of the book, and I have no idea like for what I'm continue to read in this book, you know. How I remember from the Iron Flame, how it was finished, Mother of Violet died to protect all of them, like to up the wars, right? But I want to start my discuss of the book from the situation with a Sawyer. If you remember, it's like that character who was like fighting in the battle with all of them against of Vengeance, and he is lose his leg. Right, he lose his leg, and we can see that 1 month after when he lose his leg, he still even couldn't get up and left his room. It's like he's struggling with this. He's struggling with this trauma in the book where it's like they have mended people who just can cure like plenty of disease. And I want to like just like go like on the end of the book, like when it would be like with Mira is sister of Violet, and when it was like cut her throat, right, and she was almost die. I mean, like it's like what, it's like few seconds and you die. They're like, but they can survive her, like they can help her, but they couldn't help the Sawyer who is like lose his leg. And I mean, like, okay, if you're losing your leg in our reality, probably, yes, it would be like shock, it would be like psychology trauma, and you would need probably like talk about like psychology about this, because like, but overall, you would still like almost like right away, you would start to do like some physical exercise, and probably doctor will give you prosthetic leg, right? Because like especially we know that like in Ukraine there's the war and plenty people losing their legs, arms and whatever, and they like have this like prosthesis, right? And you can like put and like keep going, like, and it's like we live in the world without magic. How it would be if it would be magic? And I'm actually like a little bit surprised that sometimes in this like worlds it's like all magic and no at all technology, or technology or no at all magic, you know, like why it can be combined that it would be like much more, like seems that people just like trying like to go into the easy way. And he still couldn't walk after 1 month. I want to remind you, in the magic world where it's like broken whole body, and it's come this person with mental power and like keep you together, like, and after 1-2 days you already like totally can run in and do like a strong physical exercise. And here in this like totally brutal world where you otherwise you would be die, and he is just like, no, I can't, it's like too hard for me, it's like hurt and everything. Come on, first bring like mandate person who is like can cure your leg and it already wouldn't be like hurt, and afterwards like try like to put like something or you know what they have there, like you know, like okay, he starts to do it like after when it would be already 2-3, I don't know, half year, like then he already start to walk and with dragons and everything. Just like for me was mostly this situation surprise that like they're supposed to be like everything faster to be because there's the war, and I don't think that he is like only one person who is losing leg, because they have like all the time battles, all the time fighting with the war. I don't think that mostly of them just like die and that's it. I'm pretty sure that like they are like plenty of the people, they're losing like something losing, right? And they like need like to be like as fast as possible to manage the situation that's like back to the combat. Right, so yes, that's what was for me like strange and silly, and I would be like something change. And next what we have is relationship between teacher and student, because how I understood Rebecca decided to make for them one more sexual fantasy. When Xaden, who was student before, afterwards he became lieutenant, and he's graduate and became lieutenant, and afterwards he started to be duke. He is returned his this like earth house, yeah, where he is lands. He's returned his lands, and he became duke, and it's even not enough. She decided to make him a teacher. The person who is less than 1 year graduate from university. I mean, yes, because he is like superhero, he is like extremely smartest, strongest, and whatever, like, and it was like students also who is but how you can be our teacher if you are only graduate, right? What is like pretty logical question, and of course he like shows his superpower and who like his strongest and everything, and this perfect man. Okay, so yeah, we have like new relationship. It's like teacher and student. Student is Valen, teacher is Xaden, and they are have love together. And of course, there's rule have everywhere in the college and university, whatever. Like there's rules that it can be relationship between student and teacher. And Vala just like we can't be together anymore because there's codex. It's like that moment when they like all the time broke the codex rule, right? They all the time broke every single law there, like, and here like no, we have a great love, I love you so much, but we can't be together because of codex. And teachers like no, not anymore. Students, no, you can't be together, like seriously, like they can't, but everybody knows that they have made dragons and they love each other and they together. And suddenly because of codex they can't be together anymore, like this or what? Or it was like another situation where they like couldn't meet with each other because like it always was students around them. Like seriously, if you want sex, you can just like go in like outside of this school or whatever, like with your dragons, fly a little bit longer and find this like territory where it's like nobody, right? And I mean, like, if they're like so smart and so wisdom, I'm pretty sure that they could like figure out this, because like in some moments they like shows how they're like smart, and in some ways it's like really stupid, like really silly situation where they're like just like no, it's a codex, we can be together. No, it's like students following us and control that we can be like tete-a-tete with each other. Like like seriously, you're in the prison or whatever. You have the room. What is like he put, if you remember, Xaden put this like words that like nobody can come to her room, like, and what he can just like sleep to his room, to her room, and nobody would even find out never about this, because nobody can come to her room or to his room. Like, so I mean, like, yeah, boom boom boom, it's like extremely silly situation. And why I talk about jealous scene, right? What is like totally not necessary. How we seen they have jealous in the first book, in the second book, now it's in the third book. So how we see like pattern is safe about this. And in this time, Violet meet with a prince, right? Like of course it's this prince is her ex-lover. Of course it would be her ex-lover, it would be prince. I would be surprised that it wouldn't be like prince or king, somebody of them, right? Like and Xaden is seed and just like, because he knows that she loves him right now, at least something, and he is asked her, did you love him? Someone is going to see you. Did you love him? Did you love him? Maybe she loves, maybe she doesn't love. How it's connect with the present? If she extremely was love him and now she is with you, how it's connect? Like for what? Like to thinking like what it was in the past. It can be like 1,000 men who is like she loves, but now she is with you. Like of course, like after was saying that it's because he is like pretty has sharp emotional, because he is Venin and he can like keep himself like together, right? Like he can like calm and control himself and everything, like, but again it's like what is like good about fantasy is that sometimes you can like this silly stuff like explain because of its like influence with the magic something to you, right? But again it's like still pretty silly, because like even if like you lose control of yourself, like I understood when you lose control of yourself and jealous about present, but how you can jealous to the like what it was like past, and what she say like I love him, and what next? What you can do, like go to kill him, and for what? Like she is loved him on the past not now. Like, so I mean like that's what is I would say after could skip like and don't do like all this jealous stuff, what is like totally doesn't make sense. How you know, on the book Violet, she has two dragons. One what is the most strongest, of course, most strongest dragon, and second what is most unique, of course, most unique dragon she has. And they try to find this like family of the unique dragon what she has, because this dragon who is like named Andarna, she is doesn't know where is her family, and this part was interesting for me, like when there was try to find her family of dragons, and they were like traveling from one island to another to another. And what I was like also about this moment, that some islands didn't have a magic, and that was interesting to look of the situation where it's like how they like figure out some problem without magic. But of course, like in the island where there's no magic, they still use magic. You know, it's like I don't know. It was like this moment was also disappointing for me, because like if it's like island without magic, please follow the rule and that it wouldn't be magic. I know every one of us knows that they're superheroes and they're like the most powerful one, but like if it's like no magic, they can't use magic. They how on the not like only this book but like some other book, how they devalue the experience and knowledge of the other people, right, who had experience maybe like 15 years in the war, and who had like teachers, professors who is like was like teaching in the university like 15, 30 years, but of course they don't know anything. Everything knows this like girl who is like 2 years old, student in the college. That's it. So yeah, for me it's like I don't like how it's like depreciates these like people who is spend their life to like to get the experience, get the knowledge, what it can be useful on the future. But no, like here, like its students will save the world. Another silly situation, like really, this book, it's just like blow my mind, and in some moments even make me angry, really, because yes, they're like, so this like group of students, what is well choose, and they're like come to the island to try to find the family of Andarna. And there was island of the fighters, right? And Violet choose who is like come to her to these people. It's like Xaden, who is supposed to be responsible of the future challenges. If it would be Dane, who is would be translate Prince, because like maybe they would only with the Prince could speak, and I guess it was only she, and that's it. Like, and what happened? They came and the leader of this island, she said that, okay, you need to choose who would be like respond of the challenge of our the strongest one. Prince, he is like, actually I was like Prince because he was seems like honorable person and smart and wisdom and ironic. So Prince, I was like here, like it was a good character. But and Prince like said like, okay, I will go to fight. And Xaden, like, of course, he said like, no, it's me who will going to fight. And Violet on this time like, oh no, but what if it's something happened with Xaden? How it would be like? What if something happened with a person who is responsible of the challenge, who you choose, who would supposed to be fight if it would be the situation? Like, seriously? And what we see in the book, Xaden can't read Costa's intention, right? Because this island, how I said, it doesn't have magic, so Xaden only strongest because of his magic power, right? If he can't read other minds, or like can like with this his shadows to manage, so he can do like anything, or what, like how it can be perfect man if it's like take his magic and he is like totally loser. How it's like happened? I think like even like with this her thoughts, like she is disrespect her man, right? Because she is not believe, she is like make him much more weaker, because like, oh, it's like if you've seen it, it's like in the totally whole book, like, oh, how he can be there, or no, he can manage it, or whatever, like, and she make him extremely miserable, like really miserable. And here, like, yeah, how he can like to be like fighting without this like his magic, or he's only out there because of me and I should be the one taking on this fight. Of course you should be the one who is taking this fight, like girl, like small, like she's pretty small, right? Like, so she's like, of course, you small girl supposed to be like, oh, when you're like strong and brutal man would be like stand behind your back. Like, seriously, like, girls, why we not respect our men? And why we all the time doubt of the strengths of our men, right? I think we really disrespect them with our minds, how it was Violet did. Yeah, I mean, disappointed, pretty disappointed. And what it was like next, because this leader of this island, she just like, okay, and you actually will go too to this Violet, right? So it was Dane, it was Xaden, it was Violet who was fighting with the strongest people of this island. And what we seen, Dane was a fight, like he was lose this battle, and Violet, who is the smallest little girl there, like she's like little, right? Like, I mean, like size. She is little, she is fragile, and she was like, have we seen, she was like perfect fight with this strong woman. And plus, she even saved her man Xaden, who is so strong but couldn't like manage this situation because seems that he only can be strong with his magic. That's it. Like,
No.
like I extremely disappointed of all of this situation, and yeah, I mean, so she is like wins this battle and help Xaden win his battle also. So where they worship and respect the wisdom. Okay, like who reads this book, they understand that it's like even close nothing about wisdom and smart in that island. I don't understand why after shows so bad and so miserable these people who even like couldn't think through like of many stuff, and they like did absolutely many mistakes there, like, and it's like looks like everything miserable and bad. Like, so I even like, okay, if you read, you know what I'm talking about. If you know, just like you can read about this island and you would understand what I'm talking about. It was like pretty bad everything there, like, but topic about mother, right? So Xaden finds his mother in this island. I would just remind you that like his mother is left him when he was like 10 years old, and she is just disappearing, and he was just like what happened and whatever. And here like he find his mother, and they're like in her house, and his mother just like, okay, can you come to dinner to spend with me, with my family? She is married with another man, and they have like 2 children, and he is just like and Violet just like, oh, it would be maybe nice, but if you don't want, it's totally okay. And he just like, I don't what his answer, I don't give a shit how she looks at me, or whatever bullshit she undoubtedly spewed at you. The only reason we are in her house is because she is married to one of the triumvirate, and I have no problem using that to get what we need, right? So I mean, like, he is how it's like little boy, he is orphaned of his mother who is leave him when he was 10 years. It's like not 3 years, it's not 4, it's not 5, 6, it's 10 years. It's like age, okay, yeah, it's like still bad, it is still bad, but it's 10 years, and she was explained the reason, like, and that she is left him because or she would stay and he would die, or she will go and she would leave. I mean, like, if you love your mother, you would prefer that she would leave. She did everything to you, she was a good mother, she raised you, like how I always say, we don't know like situation from the other person, from perspective of other person. And if your mother like suddenly something happened and she is like did like some like bad action, so probably it was like the best for that moment for her or for you, like. And here, of course, it's like bad, but like how I always say, it's like we all human and we all do some mistakes. And I would say like better probably that she would leave, that if she would die. And Violet, no, please spend this time with your mother, because if I could, I would do it like to my mother. Like, and if you notice on the beginning of the book, like after when her mother sacrificed her life to her children, Violet just like, yeah, it's like pretty sad what happened to my mother, but I still didn't know her so much, we didn't spend so much time, so whatever, like. And here she is just like maybe like after forgot what she was like put on the beginning of the book, like because like yeah, and here like Violet just like, no, it's like I would do everything for my mother and blah blah blah. It's like actually seems that Violet has a little bit bipolarity. Yeah, and this Xaden, he is just like mother, just like, okay, at least 10 minutes give to me and I will explain why I did this. And he just like, I don't care why she did it to me, like she even did deserve 10 minutes because she was left me when I was 10 years old, like, oh, little boy. Also, I would remind you that it's like not our world, it's like totally different world where it's like boys grow faster because they have this threat and from the people around them, right? So from the Spaniards and there's dragons, they're supposed to be like faster growing, and it's like 10 years probably they have ours like 15 years.
I know what kind of man you are.
And still, like, your mother deserved 10 minutes because she was raised you 10 years. 10 years, it's like huge. And it's like a lot of sacrifice was, I'm pretty sure, to him because he was said that she was like good mother, how he is remember, right? So, and even when they find this poison in the cake, what she make to him, when, do you remember this scene when she is make his favorite chocolate cake and she just like, I make it for you, like I know that it's like not your birthday because I have traditional eat chocolate cake on his birthday, and she just like, I know that soon it would be like your birthday, but I decided now because I wouldn't be attend on your birthday, I will do like now to you like this chocolate cake. And he just like almost crying there like an angry being because she made to him this chocolate cake, and where they find a poison actually, but how we see like that, like it was surprise and shock even to his mother, so she wasn't even was a part of this. So I mean, yes, only her is fault that she is left him because she decided to save her life, and she would be took him with her, but like his father say no. So I mean, like, who is bad in this situation? Person who is like say like, no, my child will stay with me and die with me, or the person who is just like, maybe I should to take this child and we would be like live together and survive and whatever. Like they fly to the island where it was gifts, and they're supposed to be accept every gift and thank to this gift. And we remember that it was like table with a card, and they pick each card, and it was a wine, it was broken this like a compass, and like many this like different strange gifts. And a last guy who is like pick his card, it was arrow, right? And it was like Traeger, it was his name, and he was die. And he was with a lab with another student, her name is Kat. Again, this situation, right? So this like trigger, whatever, like he is die. And if you remember, it was a island with a magic. So like Sudden and Violet, they can like speak mentally, right? Like through this like mentally bond, whatever, like. And when he was dying, and Violet just like, oh no, I will kill all of them, like how they dare like to kill my friend. And Xaden just like, be strong, we need their army, like just like come and say that you thank you. And what is Violet did, she is like came and say that she is thank you. But I remind you that before, when they were already in 3 islands before this island, it was the same, that they were like asked about army, that who would help them against of the dark wilders, right? And they lose chance to head these armies because of what? Right, because it was threatened to the life of Violet or of Xaden. right? Because first it was like somebody was like a little bit injured Violet, and sudden just like broke everybody neck, and he just like, for what we need the army if I wouldn't have my wallet? And the same it was like in the another island, when it's like Violet just in the another island where it's like Violet just like, I don't need armies there, because for what I need if I wouldn't have you, my love, my son, right? So they are sacrifice army, like, and future of the people, like their people to the to each other. But here, like when it's like their friend Cat, she is lose her love, and they lose in general their friend. They just like, well, but we need army. Yeah, and one army it will be like save everything. And we can just a little bit like thinking how it would be if it would, for example, Arrow get a sudden, right? If it would be like sudden die, interesting. Violet would be like come and say like thank you so much to these people, or she would be like going angry and just like put on the fire and with lightness all this island. Like how it would be, huh? And it's like more like seems like selfish and yeah, and selfish. So again disappointed, you see. Last disappointed moment what it was, what I remember is this like moment that when they like end of their mission, and they find this like dragons say like no, we wouldn't help you, whatever, like, and they're back after their mission to their home, and it start to be like this fighting with dark wielders, and they're like fighting, and it was like they were losing kind of, and it was like one of the this like one dragon of the family of Andarna, and he came and he helped them to protect their territory. And that's like what is like interesting moment was because this dragon was came for Andarna because she is like kind of teenager to the dragons world, and he just like, okay Andarna, please follow me and we will teach you more, like, and you would be surrounded of your family and like learn something new. And Andarna just like, I don't know. And Violet, what do you think? And Violet just like, choose what is would be better for you. And Andarna just like, okay, and she fly. It's just like this like moment when it's like whole books was about how, yeah, it's like that's another part of what it's like not so described good, like what is Rise has dragons, what is Rise has riders. It is like some rules in the book, but still like dragons, they say like we can do whatever we want and people can't say anything to us, but in the same time they're like listening to the people, right? Because they like respect, and they in the bond with their rider. And in the same, the rider, she is like seems like rider seems that they like can't say anything to the dragons, they like not control them, but in the same time they just like okay, go there, go here, like, I mean, like it's like a little bit not so clear what kind of the bonds they have, because it mostly what it says that it's like really important bond between the rider and dragon, and if dragon will die, rider for sure will die, but if it's rider dies, so it would be huge tragedy to the dragon, right? So it's how it's after show, it mostly like shows that it's like really valuable and really needed, strongest and hard to break this bond. Precious. And Andarna because her type of dragons, they can like choose with who they want to be, with who they don't want to be, and he can renew this bond. She can like break this bond, and after some time renew this bond, right? She can like do what others couldn't do. But it just like whole these books we are reading how it's like valuable bonds they have between each other, and suddenly Andarna just like, Violet, what do you think? Do how you think it's better. Okay, and just like fly. And Violet, who's supposed to be like really, okay, Andarna, she's a dragon, whatever, and she's like fly, for her it's like maybe it's easy, but like Violet person, human, for who it's supposed to be like really bad, she is just like 3 days was in the bed and just like, okay, it was enough. Now we can like keep going with our fighting with these dark wilders. Like I mean, like, and it's this part. I think for me, it's again devalue the bond between the dragon and rider, right? Or I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, like put comments. What do you think about relationship Xaden and Violet, right? I think it's became worse than it was before, because before they were like talking like normal people. Now they just, it's seems something between like I love you, I will do for you everything, no, I would do for you more, I will die for you, no, I will die for you faster, first, and it's like became so much vanilla. So it's like another what it was for me, disappointed. But I find for you something good in this book. It was hard, but I did it. So what I find, it's like moment when Violet, they finally figure out and find the family of Andarna, and they just like, okay, please, can you help to like fight with these dark wilders and this like type of dragons who is like more peaceful, and they're like not fighters, and they're like more like, okay, let's be like peace in the whole world, something like this. And I like how it's like actually Violet say here, like it's like, no, it's Andarna say, sorry. You will not return with us, she asks. You will not help us achieve the peace you worship, right? And that's actually interesting moment because, right, like we all thinking that because get a peace, we need like to do like action peaceful way, right? Like, but we should understand that sometimes we need to be fighters. We need to take weapon and go and like fight for the peace. And it's important. It's important this moment because it can be like even some priests I know they like take weapons and go and fight the same like how others, because some priests they know that like to achieve the peace sometimes you need to be fight. Like of course the better first it's like discuss and to find this point compromise where you can avoid the fighting, but we have some situation where we need to fight that to have a peace. And perfect example, you can see it with Ukraine, who is like people fight for the peace. And another good who I was enjoyed to read in this book, it's characters, it's Mira and Ridak, and how I say it was like Prince also. About Prince I already said why I was like him. And I always enjoy when authors, especially in this some like fighting books, fantasies books or whatever, they put this like character who is, especially this Ridak, right, who is not only funny, ironic, sarcasm doing, but also he is smart and like brave and like like. For me, actually, from all these characters, was the most who I was like is probably Ridak, right? Because it's like so important in our life to have like this person when it's like everything like bad extremely, and you don't see where's the light in this like dark room, right? And somebody starts at least like to bring some ironic or like jokes about the situation, that at least you can a little bit switch your mind and afterwards like back, but like with a little bit different vision of the situation. So I like when it's like was many situations where it's like was everything bad and reader suddenly says something good, some humor, that like it's a little bit relax everybody, and again like back, but maybe it's with a little bit better thoughts, better vision. And yeah, it was like pretty funny and pretty nice, and I think it's like most valuable character in this book. And another who I like character is Mira. It was like Mira, my favorite character in the second book and here. And I would if you notice in this book, like in the last chapters, it was like, because book it's like from the face of the Violet present, but it was also Imogen, Xaden and somebody else. But can you imagine how it would be better if it would be from the face of the Redoc? I think it was like much more interesting. And Mira, of course, that's my second character favorite, who is smart, logic, and she is see like not like from the emotional situation, but like practical situation, just like, okay, we need to do this, and she is doing it, like, and she is not like so much like put emotional, but she is like more like do like practical and logical. And I appreciate these people in our life, because especially me, I'm pretty emotional person, and sometimes I need like somebody who would be like more practical and just like say, okay, we need to do this, like, and just like stay away of your emotion, because mostly bad decision we would do under our emotional. So better if you would have somebody who is like more rational, or if you're a rational person and practical, better to have somebody who is like redoc probably, right? So share your favorite character, and if you have it, put your comments, explain why it is like, and we will see who has the most like who is winning of these characters. Conclusion of our review and of this book. I would say that it's totally not worth to read. If you read it, it's okay. I'm with you guys. I'm reading it too. And if you're disappointed, I'm also with you. I'm disappointed too. I would put this book is like 2 stars from the 5, even 1 star probably from the 5, because I was hopes that it would be, because I read news, other reviews, and it was like 50% who is very like it and 50% who is hated. And I was thought that I would be on these people who is like it, but no, I'm and these people who is not hate, but just like thinking that it's not worth. It's like a lot of pattern of this like book. It's a lot of it's like totally not new anything information. And if you see, I'm usually trying find in the book something useful, something interesting, like, but here it's everything like I even couldn't find so much useful information, just like maybe 1, 2 like marks I had, and that's it. Like thank you to Mira and Redoc in this book, who was like a little bit up the atmosphere. Would I read fourth? I'm not sure, because second I was like, third I really regret that I buy it and waste my money for this and my time for this and my energy for this. But yeah, it's like totally of you decide to buy it or not, like especially when you are finished watch my review. So thank you, my diggers, that you were with me and digger deep how we can do everything and critic and enjoy and laugh and everything. So if you like my channel, please put like, comments, follow me, and thank you that you were with me. See you on the review of the next book.